everybody. Happy Friday. This looks upside down, doesn't it? This was my notes from looking over my calendar over the last, I think, 6 or 7 days or so. Incredible exercise that I did, and I would love to hear if anybody else did it with theirs, but I heard some people were playing around with it, looking at it, but man, this was something. So let me share. I was completely, from what my values were and my important things and my non-negotiables that I have up on my wall there, I was completely and utterly upside down in my life. I also was able to find a huge amount of time in there that I thought I thought I was spending. So let me just go through a couple things that I found, and maybe you'll find the same thing. Work. I thought I was working about 55 hours a week. That's what it looked like if I looked at my calendar from beginning to end before I was done work and that kind of thing, right? It truly turns out I'm getting about 40 hours in, which saves me. I've got about another 3 hours that I've got during the day that I can actually use to good use. So I've marked that down. Again, and work's on the bottom of mine, right? Well, it was the biggest block of time. The next one was health. About 9 hours a week is what I've got committed into that. I have added in about another 9 hours a week of learning. So during that workout time, I put in podcasts and different things that I'm going to use to learn, and I pop those in. So I've gained myself another 9 hours of education just to improve myself, right? Kids, maybe 10 hours a week is what I was looking at. There's some weekend time. I don't know how to attribute that, but I have to say one thing: there's not focus time. And that was one thing I really wanted to put in. Hey, I see a bunch of you. Robert, Brian, Patsy's on there, Jim Slynn, oh my goodness. And Malcolm, I see you on there. So the next one was wife, maybe 5 hours a week. That one's dangerous to me, and I need to begin to, that was a big check mark that I need to begin to spend more focused time on. My time with God, maybe 5 hours a week, maybe not enough, definitely not enough. For me, that's something that is missing. So again, this thing is completely upside down from where it's supposed to be and supposed to be for me. So a couple of things that I just pulled out of this. There's at least 3 hours a day that I've gained. So what I'm going to do and put into those is I'm going to find some time of joy. Is that going to the golf range and hitting some golf balls? Is it going on a bike ride? Is it a walk? Whatever that is, I'm going to start to plug in one of those time periods, in those 3 hour time periods. I'm going to gain another hour a day on joy. Quiet time. There's kind of my God time, my rest time. That also goes into two things. I think it's whether it's my spiritual time or it's my health also, just to kind of decompress the brain and just let myself think and rest a little bit, right? And then the last one, wife time. It's got to be important to put it into the time frame and the schedule, and it's just being deliberate is what I've found. So what an exercise this was. I see a bunch of you on there. I challenge you, play around with this, see what you find. I would love to hear some input back from you guys. But this one, again, I learned it from a podcast while I was working out, something that challenged me. So I wanted to share it with you and then hopefully be accountable to this. So I'm going to give it a go and see what I get here now. So anyway, hey, happy Friday to everybody. I hope you have a great weekend, a productive weekend. Decide what you're going to do with your weekend, and hopefully there's some awesome things will come out of it. So everybody have a great night, and thanks for watching. See ya.